Out of the 11.5 million YouTube channels out there, the overwhelming majority never gain traction. About 90% don't even reach 1,000 subscribers. Only a small fraction ever earn $1, and an almost microscopic percentage reach 1 million subs, which makes the odds sound terrifying if you're just starting out. But those numbers only scare off the people who were never ready to commit in the first place. Every successful creator you watch today began at 0 views, 0 subscribers, and 0 credibility. No one was waiting for them. No algorithm was favoring them. No brand deals were lining up. They uploaded videos that barely anyone watched. They dealt with awkward delivery, poor editing, bad thumbnails, and doubt from people around them. The difference is they didn't interpret slow growth as failure. They treated it as training. The biggest mistake new creators make is believing YouTube is a shortcut. They think all they need is one viral video. They think once monetization is unlocked, money will start flowing. They assume it's simple: record, upload, repeat, and grow. But when the first 10 videos barely get views, when the analytics show flat lines instead of spikes, reality hits. That's the moment when most people quietly disappear. Not because they couldn't succeed, but because their expectations were wrong from the start. YouTube isn't a lottery ticket. It's a skill-based game. It's storytelling, it's psychology, it's packaging, it's marketing, it's patience. And like any craft, it rewards those who commit to improvement over time. If you start your channel only focused on outcomes, subscribers, money, fame, you'll burn out quickly. But if you start focused on becoming better with every upload, you build something powerful: momentum. The creators who win understand that growth is delayed. They know the early phase is supposed to be quiet. They use that time to experiment. They study their retention graphs. They analyze which titles get clicks and which don't. They pay attention to audience behavior. Instead of blaming the algorithm, they ask better questions. Was the idea strong enough? Did the thumbnail create curiosity? Did the first 30 seconds hook attention? Did the video deliver on its promise? One of the most underrated habits of successful creators is application. Many beginners binge-watch tutorials about growth, thumbnails, SEO, retention, but never actually implement what they learn. Knowledge without action changes nothing. The top creators take one idea and test it immediately. One improvement per video may not feel dramatic, but small improvements compound. After 50 uploads, those small tweaks create massive difference. Another key difference is the type of advice they follow. If someone promises overnight success, viral hacks, or secret algorithms, that's usually a red flag. Sustainable growth is built on fundamentals: strong concepts, clear audience targeting, compelling packaging, and consistent execution. There is no shortcut around effort. There is no replacement for practice. In the beginning, many creators try too hard to be unique. They want to reinvent the format before understanding it. But the smarter approach is to study what already works in your niche. Look at successful videos. What patterns do they share? How are they structured? How are they open? What emotions do they trigger? Learn the blueprint first. Once you understand the fundamentals, then you inject your personality. That's when you stand out. Not because you're different for the sake of being different, but because you're different on top of a proven structure. Clarity is another growth multiplier. When your channel uploads random topics, viewers don't know why they should subscribe. The algorithm doesn't know who to show your content to. But when your niche is clearly defined, your audience becomes predictable. Predictable audiences are easier to serve. Easier to serve means better videos. Better videos means growth. Simplicity scales. There's also the 80-20 principle. On YouTube, 80% of your results often come from 20% of your effort, and that 20% is usually your idea, your title, your thumbnail, and your opening moments. You can have the best editing in the world, but if no one clicks, it doesn't matter. You can have incredible information, but if viewers leave in the first 30 seconds, the algorithm won't push it. Mastering packaging is not optional, it's essential. Consistency is another trait that separates the top 1%. Not because uploading frequently guarantees success, but because repetition builds skill. The more you create, the more comfortable you become on camera. The more you edit, the faster and sharper you get. The more stories you tell, the better your pacing becomes. Skill compounds, confidence compounds, momentum compounds. And sometimes, despite your effort, growth stalls, not because you're bad, but because the niche itself is too limited or too saturated. Smart creators aren't afraid to pivot. They don't cling emotionally to an idea that isn't working. They analyze, adapt, and reposition. Switching lanes strategically can unlock entirely new opportunities. At the end of the day, the reason most channels fail isn't lack of talent, it's lack of patience. It's unrealistic expectations. It's quitting during the quiet phase. The top creators don't rely on motivation, they rely on systems. They show up whether they feel inspired or not. They treat YouTube like a long-term investment in skill, brand, and impact. So yes, the odds might sound intimidating, but remember this, the statistics include millions of people who uploaded once and gave up, millions who never studied the craft, millions who never improved. If you commit to learning, refining, staying consistent, focusing on fundamentals, and adapting when necessary, you immediately separate yourself from the majority. Success on YouTube doesn't belong to the lucky. It belongs to those who outlast, outlearn, and outwork everyone else.